Hi everyone and welcome back to the Analogue Wonderland YouTube channel. My name is Emma, I am the marketing assistant here at Analogue Wonderland. Firstly, excuse my croaky voice. I think I've been on a photo walk for like the last 4 weekends running and it has definitely caught up with me. I've got a true photo walk hangover, but of course it was absolutely worth it. But the film photography fun never ends, and today we are revisiting a classic Kodak emulsion, and that is Kodak Pro Image.
Whether you are new to film photography or a long-time analog enthusiast, our channel covers all things film, from tips and tricks, film reviews to how-to videos. Subscribe now and keep those notifications turned on so that you never miss a beat. Happy shooting!
Kodak Pro Image has a long history. It was introduced to the market in the 1990s and is a firm favourite amongst film photographers. Kodak Pro Image is the cheapest of Kodak's Pro range. This includes films like the Portra and Ektar emulsions, but Pro Image comes in at slightly less, but for the price it can nearly match them for performance. According to Kodak, it features high colour saturation, accurate colour and pleasing skin tone reproduction. It has a good underexposure latitude, it is intended for portrait and social applications and can be stored at room temperature even in hot, humid climates. Kodak also call this film a medium speed, which perhaps shows the film's age because 100 ISO film definitely today is not considered medium speed at all. Kodak Pro Image is a colour negative film. It was introduced by Eastman Kodak in the 1990s, but unlike other films, it wasn't introduced to Western markets at first. It was designed as a versatile and cost-effective film. It's a great option for professional photographers and it quickly gained popularity due to its pleasing colour reproduction and grain structure. So it was originally targeted for Asian and Latin American markets, and that's because this film is designed to withstand hotter temperatures and warmer climates. You know, we always tell you guys to remember the golden rule of storing your film, and that is to keep your film cool, dark and dry. But Pro Image is a total game changer because it doesn't need to be kept in such cool conditions. It was only in 2018 that this film was actually introduced to the European and Western markets, but it has quickly found a home here, with people looking for a step up from the Gold, Ultramax and Colour Plus films, but maybe photographers who don't quite need the super pro range of the Portras and Ektars. This film sits nicely in the middle of those two groups. It is a 100 ISO film, so it definitely needs a lot of light. This is a film that will shine in bright sunny weather conditions but may struggle on cloudier days. Kodak does talk about it being able to handle underexposure, which is a good thing for a 100 ISO film, but that doesn't translate into colour saturation. So if you do begin to underexpose your film, you will notice that you get sharp details still, but the colours will wash out pretty quickly. When looking at the packaging, you can really see the 90s influence. This packaging hasn't changed in a long time, but you know, I don't think I want it to. I think it's just iconic Kodak packaging. You can see from the images here, it was obviously shot at a wedding with a lot of family photos, and that is where this film comes to life and will really do well. It is not quite as sharp or saturated as Ektar, and it doesn't have that unique pastel look that you will see on the portrait emulsions, and Pro Image certainly has a much more noticeable grain, but for the price it is a wonderful choice. When I was talking to friends in the film community about Pro Image, a lot of them absolutely loved it and were raving about this film, but I had others who said things like, I didn't even know you could shoot 100 ISO film in the UK, which did make me laugh and is a testament to the weather we have in this country. And I know we've said it will perform well in sunnier conditions, and it will, but by no means does that suggest that you need to have bright, beaming blue skies, because you might be waiting a while. As long as you've got a bit of sun up in the sky and bright enough conditions, this film will still do great. Some tips. Embrace natural light. Kodak Pro Image thrives in natural light settings. Consider shooting during the golden hour or in soft, diffuse light to enhance its vibrant colour palette. Experiment with different subjects. As you can see on the packaging, this film is suggested to be used for weddings and portraiture and family moments like that, but we've also seen Pro Image perform really well for landscapes and other kinds of photography, so please do experiment with the subject matter when using this film. Another thing to note about this film is Kodak suggests it is easy to scan, so if you're developing your film at home or just want to do our lab a favour, this is a great choice for you guys. I was waiting for a sunny day to shoot this film, but it hasn't been the greatest of weather here, and I thought I'm going to be waiting a while. But I took it out anyway, and in hindsight I think showing you guys this film in classic British weather conditions will probably be a plus and show you just what this film can do. I used my gorgeous Pentax, which has been beautifully reskinned in She Hearts film colours by the Lensfair team. I also got a very special custom lens cap made by Simon Foster. This camera is an auto camera, so it lights red if you are underexposing the film, which is useful. And it did come up quite a lot with this film, which does show you A, the weather conditions, and B, the speed of this film. It does need light. So you can see some of my images are a bit blurred where the shutter speed has been a bit too slow to compensate for the light I had on the day. But overall, I was really pleased with some of the shots I got. This was my first time shooting Pro Image and I took it with me to York. I captured some of the lovely buildings there, the castle, and there was also a fun carousel that you can see with some very blurry shots on the carousel. So maybe don't recommend this film for fast moving subjects, but you can see it just does beautifully when the sun is shining. I'd say this film does really well for portraits. It's captured the skin tones beautifully and all the details you can see in the green and the flowers. I think it's got really great colour reproduction. And on shots where the skies aren't so blue, it's a bit overcast, you can still see this film does well and picks up loads of detail. You've got some sharp images, you can see all the little beautiful details of the Yorkshire architecture. But overall, I think this film does really well for portraits, and that's where I would recommend it most. So if you want some more inspiration, please head to the product page on our website. This film has over 75-star reviews on our website. Our customers say it has lovely colours, not too saturated, just a perfect balance, a great alternative to Kodak Gold. One of my favourites. I love this film. The tones are just right for me, it's very forgiving and a lot of fun to shoot in summer. That's something I definitely agree with. I mean, I love the punchy colours of Portra and the gorgeous pastel colours, but I'd say Pro Image gives you a lot more true to life colours, maybe slightly more muted. So that's something to bear in mind when shooting this film. Of course, I also spoke to some of my She Hearts film crew. Izzy Farr described this as Kodak's most underrated film. She says, Kodak Pro Image is a seriously underrated film. It produces lovely colours and tones. I've mostly used it outdoors on sunny days where it really shines, but have also had success with indoor shots and on more overcast days. And then a few little tips for shooting this film. Be careful of underexposure. Although Kodak says this film does have a good underexposure latitude, some of our reviews say that it does not like to be underexposed at all, and your pictures could end up very muddy. If you are somewhere where you're not sure how the weather conditions are going to be, perhaps this won't be your top choice of film. But overall, I would say not to worry too much, and please do give it a go in the UK, or, you know, go on a lovely sunny trip abroad, but please do give this film a go because it is brilliant. That's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's probably one of my last at Analogue Wonderland, so I just want to say thank you to the community so much for all your support and for watching our videos. It means the world to us and we love putting content out there for you guys. I'm sure Amy is going to do a brilliant job and I wish her all the best. I know she's going to have a great time. If you've got any comments on this video, how you'd shoot this film, or reviews you'd like to see from us in the future, please comment them down below. And for now, that's all from me. Bye guys!